Have you ever imagined what it would be like to live in ancient Rome, not as an emperor or a senator, but as an ordinary citizen trying to navigate the chaos of daily life? Now imagine doing it with the guidance of Stoic wisdom. How would a philosophy rooted in rationality, virtue, and self-control shape your decisions in a world filled with noise, temptations, and challenges? Today, we'll take a journey back in time to experience a day in ancient Rome as lived through the lens of Stoicism. From sunrise to sunset, we'll explore what it might have been like to apply the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus in the heart of one of history's most powerful civilizations. Let's step into the sandals of a Roman citizen and see how Stoic wisdom could transform an ordinary day into a life of purpose and resilience. Morning, embracing the day with gratitude and purpose. The day begins at dawn as the city stirs to life. The narrow streets of Rome, still quiet in the early morning, are lined with vendors setting up their stalls, bakers tending to their ovens, and servants fetching water. As you awaken, you remember the Stoic practice of morning reflection. Marcus Aurelius himself wrote in Meditations, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." With this thought in mind, you sit for a moment of silence, reflecting on the day ahead. What challenges might you face? How will you respond to them with virtue and composure? For a Stoic, each day is an opportunity to practice resilience, courage, and kindness. You remind yourself that external events are beyond your control, but your thoughts and actions are entirely your own. After your moment of reflection, you prepare for the day. In a modest Roman domus or apartment in an insula, you start with simple tasks, dressing in a plain tunic and eating a light breakfast of bread and fruit. The Stoics valued simplicity, avoiding indulgence and excess. You carry this mindset into your choices, focusing on what is necessary rather than what is extravagant. Mid-morning, navigating the marketplace with composure. As the sun rises higher, the streets of Rome come alive with activity. The marketplace or forum is bustling with merchants selling goods, customers haggling over prices, and beggars pleading for spare coins. The noise is overwhelming, and the chaos is palpable. Yet, as a Stoic, you remind yourself to remain composed. Epictetus taught, "It is not events that disturb people, but their judgments about them." You apply this wisdom as you move through the crowded market. The cries of merchants, the jostling of the crowd, and the occasional rude comment are merely external events. They only affect you if you allow them to. Instead of reacting with frustration, you focus on your purpose, purchasing fresh vegetables and spices for the evening meal. As you interact with the vendors, you practice honesty and fairness, embodying the Stoic principle of justice. You avoid haggling excessively, ensuring that your transactions are fair for both parties. The marketplace, though chaotic, becomes an opportunity to practice patience, integrity, and self-control. Noon, facing the heat and the pressures of daily life. By midday, the Roman sun beats down relentlessly, and the city's energy shifts. Workers take breaks, seeking shade and rest, while others continue their tasks. You find yourself tempted by the distractions around you, perhaps a lavish meal at a nearby tavern or the spectacle of performers entertaining a crowd. But as a Stoic, you recall Seneca's warning. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. Instead of indulging in fleeting pleasures, you choose moderation. You eat a modest lunch, perhaps lentils and bread, and use the time to reflect. Stoics believed in making deliberate choices, avoiding excess, and focusing on what truly mattered. You remind yourself that chasing external pleasures only leads to dissatisfaction, while cultivating inner virtue brings lasting contentment. Afternoon, dealing with conflict and challenges. As the afternoon unfolds, challenges inevitably arise. Perhaps you're involved in a disagreement with a neighbor over a shared courtyard, or you witness a dispute between two merchants in the market. In these moments, Stoicism offers guidance. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Instead of responding with anger or frustration, you strive to act with calm rationality. You listen to the other person's perspective, acknowledge their concerns, and seek a fair resolution. If tempers flare, you remind yourself that their behavior is beyond your control. What you can control is your own response, choosing to act with patience and understanding. Conflict, though unpleasant, becomes a chance to practice the Stoic principles of humility, empathy, and self-restraint. You leave the situation feeling grounded, knowing you've upheld your values even in difficult circumstances. Evening, reflection and gratitude. As the sun sets over Rome, the city quiets once more. The hum of the marketplace fades, and the streets empty as families gather for the evening. After preparing a simple meal, you sit with loved ones or reflect alone, embracing the Stoic practice of evening meditation. Seneca advised, "Each day we should call ourselves to account." You review the events of the day, asking yourself, did I act with integrity? Was I kind and fair in my interactions? Did I remain composed in the face of challenges? If you find areas for improvement, you acknowledge them without self-criticism, resolving to do better tomorrow. This practice of self-reflection reinforces your commitment to Stoicism. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. With each day, you grow stronger in your ability to navigate life's complexities with wisdom and virtue. Through the lens of Stoicism, a day in ancient Rome becomes more than a series of mundane tasks and challenges. It becomes an opportunity to practice resilience, mindfulness, and integrity in every moment. While the chaos of the city and the pressures of life persist, the philosophy provides a framework for rising above them, finding peace and purpose amidst the noise. Evening, balancing the pull of society with inner reflection. As twilight descends over Rome, the city begins to light up with activity in the wealthier districts. For many Romans, the evening is a time for socializing, entertainment, and indulgence. Lavish feasts, filled with exotic foods and endless wine, are hosted by the elite, while the average citizen might gather at a tavern or attend a public performance. The allure of these events is strong, but as someone striving to live with Stoic wisdom, you approach the evening with intention. Stoicism doesn't demand isolation or rejection of society, but it does encourage moderation and focus. Instead of joining in every indulgence or distraction, you choose your activities thoughtfully. Perhaps you attend a gathering to connect with others, but you remind yourself to engage with humility and authenticity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not be ashamed of help. You need counsel to guide you." You view socializing not as an opportunity for status or indulgence, but as a chance to listen, learn, and contribute meaningfully. The temptations of excess, food, drink, and gossip, are all present, but you exercise self-control. You remind yourself that true contentment doesn't come from overindulgence, but from maintaining balance. As the party unfolds, you notice how many guests are consumed by the need to impress or outshine others. You, however, remain grounded, practicing gratitude for the simplicity of being present and connecting authentically with those around you. Night, finding calm amid the chaos of the empire. As the day comes to a close, the vastness of the Roman Empire is a reminder of the uncontrollable forces at play. The empire is ever expanding, with news of battles and political intrigues spreading throughout the city. For a Stoic, the grandeur and chaos of Rome are both humbling and instructive. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the transient nature of power and legacy. "All things fade away and are soon replaced by others," he wrote, emphasizing the impermanence of life. As you prepare for rest, you take a final moment of reflection. The challenges you faced throughout the day, conflicts, temptations, and distractions, may have tested your resolve, but they also offered opportunities to grow. You consider how you applied Stoic principles to navigate these challenges. Did you maintain your composure? Did you act with fairness and kindness? Did you let go of what was beyond your control? If there were moments of failure, you acknowledge them without judgment. Seneca wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Tomorrow is another chance to strive for virtue, and you resolve to continue your practice." Living with Stoic wisdom in ancient Rome wasn't about achieving perfection. It was about navigating the complexities of life with integrity and resilience. The crowded streets, the noise of the marketplace, the pull of ambition, and the distractions of indulgence were all part of daily Roman life. But Stoicism provided a way to rise above these challenges, to find peace within the chaos. For the average Roman, this philosophy wasn't about retreating from the world, it was about engaging with it meaningfully. Stoicism taught that every interaction, no matter how mundane, was an opportunity to practice virtue. Whether buying bread at the market, resolving a dispute with a neighbor, or sitting quietly in reflection, each moment was a chance to live in alignment with one's values. The wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus isn't limited to their time. The challenges they wrote about, distractions, ambition, conflict, and temptation, are just as relevant today. Our modern world may look different, but the human experience remains the same. We too face noise, chaos, and pressures to conform, and just like the Romans, we can turn to Stoic philosophy for guidance. So, what can we learn from imagining a Stoic day in ancient Rome? First, that philosophy isn't just an abstract concept, it's a practical tool for living. Stoicism isn't about withdrawing from life's challenges. It's about engaging with them in a way that reflects our highest values. Second, we learn that even small, everyday actions can be acts of virtue, whether it's showing patience in a crowded space or acting justly in a disagreement. Each moment offers a chance to grow. Finally, we're reminded that Stoicism is a journey, not a destination. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to strive for progress. Just as Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations to remind himself of the principles he aspired to live by, we too can approach each day as an opportunity to practice and improve. Why does Stoicism continue to resonate with us thousands of years after it was first practiced in ancient Rome? Because it speaks to the core of what it means to be human. It acknowledges our struggles and imperfections, but offers a path to rise above them. It teaches us that while we can't control the world around us, we can control how we respond to it. And in that response lies our power, our peace, and our purpose. Living with Stoic wisdom isn't about escaping the chaos, it's about finding clarity within it. It's about embracing life's challenges as opportunities to grow, acting with integrity even when it's difficult, and finding contentment in simplicity. Whether you're walking the crowded streets of ancient Rome or navigating the complexities of the modern world, Stoicism offers a timeless guide to living a meaningful life. Reflecting on a day in ancient Rome lived with Stoic wisdom shows us how timeless these principles truly are. The world has changed in countless ways, but the human experience remains remarkably consistent. Just like the Romans, we face distractions, conflicts, and the constant pull of external pressures. And just like them, we have a choice: to be swept away by life's chaos or to anchor ourselves in philosophy and purpose. Stoicism doesn't promise to eliminate challenges. It promises to give us the tools to face them with resilience. Imagine bringing the same mindset to your own life that a Stoic Roman might have brought to theirs. How would you handle disagreements, unexpected setbacks, or the allure of fleeting pleasures? Stoicism reminds us that these moments, while difficult, are also opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more virtuous. The beauty of Stoicism lies in its practicality. You don't need to be a philosopher or an emperor to apply its lessons. Like the Romans who practiced Stoicism, you can start small. Pause before reacting in anger. Reflect on what is truly within your control. Choose integrity even when no one is watching. These simple actions, repeated daily, can transform your life over time. The lessons from ancient Rome remind us that Stoicism isn't about escaping reality. It's about engaging with it meaningfully. It's about finding strength in adversity, clarity in chaos, and peace amidst uncertainty. In the fast-paced, often overwhelming world we live in today, these teachings are more relevant than ever. Imagine facing your modern-day challenges with the composure of Marcus Aurelius, the discipline of Epictetus, or the wisdom of Seneca. Imagine navigating your daily life with the same sense of purpose and resilience that a Stoic might have brought to the bustling streets of Rome. The challenges may be different, but the principles remain the same. As you reflect on this journey through ancient Rome, ask yourself, how can I bring Stoic wisdom into my own life? What small changes can I make to live with greater intention and integrity? Whether it's through morning reflections, practicing gratitude, or letting go of what you can't control, the teachings of Stoicism can help you live a life of purpose, no matter your circumstances. If this exploration of Stoicism and ancient Roman life has inspired you, consider sharing these ideas with someone who might benefit from them. And don't forget to subscribe for more insights into ancient wisdom, history, and timeless philosophies that can help us navigate the complexities of modern life. Together, we can learn from the past, embrace the present, and build a future guided by clarity and virtue. Remember, Stoicism isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about striving to live a life of meaning and resilience, one small choice at a time. Just as the Stoics of ancient Rome sought wisdom and peace amidst their challenges, so can we, wherever we find ourselves today.